Hello everybody, and once again welcome to Pankaj's Echelon tutorials. And in this today's session we are going to start with some physics related numericals. Okay, now this is the physics for the IBDP students. Okay, and this is not exactly physics. This is the topic called vectors and scalars, which is related to physics. So before we start with actual physics in IBDP, you should have certain you know prerequisite knowledge of these vectors and the scalars. Okay, so with that back of the mind, I have prepared some questions for you people so that you get brushed up with the numericals on vectors and scalars. Okay, which will further help you in physics. Okay, so the very first question you can see on the screen over here is this one, and it says that add together two vectors. The first has a magnitude of 100 units and is directed east. The other has a magnitude of 50 units and is directed at 45 degree to the first. Okay, so first I will show you this particular problem, how we have to solve it over here, and then I will exactly draw it on the graph paper, okay, according to the scale, and I'll show you what is the answer and how to work out. Okay, so first let me tell you how you are going to, what is the strategy to work out this particular question. The first thing you should realize is this is a question based on the addition of two vectors. Okay, so add together two vectors. The first has a magnitude of 100 Newton. So suppose the first vector I am taking as F1 and its unit is given as 100 units. Okay, and its direction is towards the east. Okay, to east direction, right? And then you have the other force. Okay, other vector. Okay, F2, suppose this has a magnitude of 50 units. Okay, and this is directed at 45 degree to the first. Okay, so if this is to the east, then this F2 is to 45 degree, okay, from east, right? And you are supposed to add these two vectors. So first what I will do is I'll show you what you are supposed to do. First of all, you'll have to take according to the scale. So the scale that can be chosen will be, say, 10 units equal to, say, let me take as 1 centimeter, right? 10 units will be 1 centimeter. So according to that, 100 units will be 10 centimeter. Okay, 100 units will be 10 centimeter, and 50 units will be how much? 5 centimeter, isn't it? Right? Okay, so what I will do is first I am going to uh, draw a vector. Okay, say was the east. Okay, so F1 I am going to draw. Okay, I am going to draw a vector which is say this is that vector F1. Okay, and it is, say, F1, vector F1, and this is I'll take 10 centimeter. Why 10 centimeter? Because I have to show the vector, actual vector of 100 units. Okay, and according to scale it should be 10 centimeter, and it is facing towards the east direction. Fine, so that is that vector F1. Now F2 should be at 45 degree from east. Okay, at 45 degree to the first one. Okay, the second one is at 45 degree to the first one. Okay, so what I'll do is from here, I'll take 45 degree. From here I'll measure 45 degree and I'll draw another vector. Okay, so with the protractor, now that I will be doing on the graph paper. Okay, so right now I'll show you just roughly like what I'm going to do. Okay, now I'm going to draw a vector at 45 degree, and this is just half of it. Let this be that vector. Okay, so with the protractor what I will do is I am going to measure this 45 degree. Okay, and I'm going to draw this vector, and this is my f2, vector f2, and this I will take 5 centimeter. Okay, because the magnitude of this is 50 units, and according to this scale that we have taken, 10 units is 1 centimeter, so 50 units will be multiplied by 5 multiplied by 5, so 5 centimeter. Okay, so this way you will get the two vectors. Now these are the two vectors, and this is the tail of the two vectors which is meeting at this point. At this point we say O. So the two vectors are arranged in such a way that the tails of the two vectors are meeting at this point O. Okay. Now you have to add this vector. So you have to find out f1 plus f2. Okay. So what will be this f1 plus f2? Now here comes the thing. So you are going to use something called parallelogram law of addition of vectors. I'm going to use this. Okay. Parallelogram law of addition. Okay. Now, according to parallelogram law of addition, what you have to do is, now these two vectors that I have drawn over here, okay, these are the two adjacent sides of a parallelogram. So you will have to try to complete this parallelogram. Okay. So suppose I complete this parallelogram. To complete the parallelogram, what I'll have to do is, this is 45 degree, right? So again from this point, I'll have to draw one more vector which is at 45 degree. Okay, so from here to draw one more vector, and the magnitude also I'm going to take the same. Okay, 5 centimeters. So I'm going to draw this 5 centimeter, and this will be again 45. Okay, right? And then I'm going to draw a fourth side of this parallelogram. I'm trying to complete this parallelogram. Okay, the fourth side of the parallelogram should be equal to this one. So this is 10. So here I'll again draw one more, and that will complete my parallelogram. So if I draw this way, okay, my parallelogram is complete. Okay, this is another 10 centimeters. Okay, so you can see that this is a parallelogram. Okay, now once the parallelogram is completed, the f1 plus f2 is given according to parallelogram law. It is given by this vector. Okay, now let me take a different color. Let me take this green color. So this diagonal, can you see this diagonal that I'm trying to create? Okay, this diagonal, okay, of this parallelogram is going to give me f1 plus f2. So this is my f1 plus f2. Okay, this one diagonal is f1 plus f2. Okay, now all I have to do is I'll have to measure the length of this diagonal. Okay, and whatever length I'm getting, that I will have to reconvert it into units. Okay, so suppose the length I am getting, okay, say 70 centimeter for example. Okay, then I will have to tell that this f1 plus f2 is not 70 centimeter. You'll have to convert it into this original unit. So 10 units is 1 centimeter. So 70 centimeter will be how many units? Okay, so the answer should be, according to this, it should be 70 into 10 is 700 upon 1. So it should be 700 units, right? 700 units. Okay, so that will be the addition of this f1 and f2. The answer will be 700 units, right? This is how you have to handle this question. Now this is what I have shown you what you are supposed to do. Now the same thing I'm going to do here on the graph paper. Okay, and I'm going to show you how it works, right? So let me take you to the document camera of mine, and I'll do all the working over there on the document camera. So here you can see the document camera, and first I'm going to do is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a horizontal vector f1, and that I'm going to take 10 centimeter. Okay, because, so I hope you can see that. Yes, can you see that? Okay. 5. So you can see my scale. Okay. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw according to the scale from this point. Okay, from this point I'm going to take 10 centimeter. Can you see? Yeah. Yeah. So this is my first vector, that is f1 equal to 10 centimeter. This is actually 100 units. Okay, but according to scale it is 10 centimeter, because the scale that we have chosen is 10 units is equal to 1 centimeter. Fine. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to draw another vector f2 which is at 45 degree to this first one. So what I'll do is I'll keep my protractor this way. Okay, and I'm going to measure 45 degrees. Okay, fine. So 45 degrees will come to this point 40, this is 45. Okay, this is 45. Right, now I'm going to take this as 5 centimeter. Okay, why? Because my second vector is 50 units. Okay, so according to scale it should be 5. Okay, so what I'll do is uh, I'm going to take 5. Okay, so from 10 to 15 I'm taking, right? That will make it 5. Yeah, this is my f2, and this I have taken as a f2 vector. This was f1 vector. This f2 is 50 units. Okay, and it works out to 5 centimeter. According to scale it is 5 centimeter. Got it? Now what I am going to do is I am going to complete this parallelogram. These are the two sides, adjacent sides of a parallelogram. I'll complete this parallelogram. To complete, I'll have to draw again 5 centimeter over here, because in a parallelogram the opposite sides are equal and parallel. Okay, so first I'm going to draw this dotted line so that I'll get a reference, and now I'm going to take again 45 degree from this point, right? And that 45 degree comes over here. This is 45 degree. Okay, and again I'll have to take 5 centimeter. Okay, so suppose I take 5 centimeter. I'm starting from 10 and I'll have to go to 15. Okay, so here we go. This is 10 and this is 15. So this is 5 centimeter, right? This is again 5 centimeter, and this being 45 degree, this being 45 degree, you can say that this one and this one, they both are parallel as well as equal, so they are forming a parallelogram. Now the fourth side of the parallelogram, I don't have to do much, because I think if I join these two, okay, it will be the fourth side and it has to be 10, right? So let me check. So from here this is 24 and here it is 14. Can you see? This is 14, this is 24. Okay, so 24 minus 14 is nothing but 10. Okay, so this fourth side of the parallelogram is also ready, and this is also 10 centimeter. So you can see that my parallelogram is ready. Okay, now f1 plus f2 is given by this diagonal. Okay, which diagonal? The diagonal which is passing through the uh, uh, two tails. Okay, where the two tails of the vectors are joining, from that you have to take a diagonal. So this is that diagonal. Okay, and this will give you the value of f1 plus f2. Okay, now I have drawn the diagonal. So this is the F1 plus F2. Okay. Now what will be the magnitude of this F1 plus F2? Okay. The magnitude will be, I'll have to measure the length of this. Okay. So length happens to be from uh, 17 to 31. Right. It's going from 17 to 31 roughly. Let me check it again. Okay. Let me do this way. The length is going from 0 to 14. Okay, it's going to 14 centimeters, right? 14. So this I'm getting as 14 centimeter. Okay, so what will be my F1 plus F2? Now I'll have to again decode it. Now we know that 10 units is equal to 1 centimeter, and we have got F1 plus F2 as 14 centimeter, isn't it? So 14 centimeter will work out to how many units? So it will be 14 into 10, so 140 units. Okay, so this is the answer for F1 plus F2. The answer for F1 plus F2 happens to be 140 units. Is that clear? So that is how you have to deal with this addition of vectors, and graphically this is how you are supposed to solve this question. I hope this was clear to you. That was the first question. Okay, rest of the questions we'll be seeing in the next video. That's all for today. Goodbye, take care.